would like to let everyone know that he can't spread diseases he doesn't have. And his face shows how we feel about the CDC saying we are 2019's biggest health threat.
Her kid. Ah, jeez. Let's take it one topic at a time. What's up, my Beardos and Weirdos? Today we're taking another look at the subreddit VaxxHappened. This is the second video on this. Again, a lot of fun. Now, interesting, I had too much content for the first video, so I'm splitting this up into a second. I might even do a third, just based on how many of these I found. This page, just gold. And really scary. And can we take a moment to just say that bragging that you are on the CDC list as a potential health threat, up and among there with many, many other incredibly scary things, is not something to brag about. Risking the life of your child and the children around you is not something to be proud of. You're awful. Anyways, let's get into some fun ones. Alright, my Beardos and Weirdos, let's take a look at VaxxHappened. Oh, this is a long one.
Fast forward, Doc came in, asked some questions. I believe he was not aware of our vaccine status, and also mentioned a stomach bug going around, and he will give him some IV fluid and take some blood to ensure it isn't anything else, and to determine how dehydrated he was. Doc left the room. He came back in a few minutes later and mentioned our vaccination status, and said he would also be testing his stool for rotavirus, so that I knew if my vaccine status is what caused him to fall ill. I was too drained to fight back, so I just giggled instead and said okay. I was so baffled how quickly their demeanor changed after knowing our vaccination status, and treating us like some infectious diseased family.
Irony.
And to go out of his way to come back and let me know he'd be testing my son's stool to see if my beliefs are what caused him to fall ill, trying to make me feel guilty as I am vulnerable from seeing my baby so sick and just wanting him to feel better. He did test positive for rotavirus, but even in hindsight, I wouldn't do anything differently. Yeah, he was miserable, and to be frank, a little scary with his eyes sunken in, unable to stand and just overall weak. But we are equipped for dehydration. Why I took him in the first place to administer IV fluids. We are not equipped for possible intussusception, death, toxins, etc. That are all risks from receiving the vaccine itself. Mainstream medical doctors try and scare us, but in reality, if one contracts rotavirus, the worst case is dehydration, which could be serious if not taken care of. Now my 2-year-old has natural antibodies against rotavirus and recovered fully in less than 7 days from start to finish. It was scary for about 2 days of the 7. Don't let anyone guilt trip you for protecting your babies and our future generations. Oh,
God. Oh, this is another long one. I was told this one was a very good one, though.
I know that many people worry about forced vaccinations and what to do when that happens. Here are 2 ideas how to get out of this. Warning, it requires creative thinking. Idea number 1, declare your home a micronation. This works very well for homeowners. For tenants, it might be difficult to pull off. You simply invent a name and put a sign on your fence and declare yourself the independent micronation of X. Off that moment, you don't live in the USA/Australia or whatever country you live in anymore, and forced vaccination only applies to residents, and officially at that moment, international law applies to your home/country. So if anyone enters your country without permission, you can defend your country with force. Though I wouldn't advise that as a first option. Can the government cause you trouble by refusing things like welfare or cutting off electricity? In theory, yes, but that's very hard, as you still live at the same place. They would have to completely remove your property from the council administration, which would be extremely complicated, and you can undo it at any moment, which means they would have to reverse it. Reality is that as long as you don't cause any trouble, governments usually leave micronations alone and hope you will give up soon. Idea number 2, declare yourself a non-human. Forced vaccination laws apply to persons. Just tell vaccinators that you aren't human. You look like a human, but that's a disguise. In reality, you are a Martian, Venusian, Mercurian, Starian, or whatever. Or maybe you just want to be an angel. I'm here to report to my master how stupid humans are. It doesn't look good for you. I wish government officials good luck to sort this one out. If individuals do these things, it's possible that the people will come in to force vaccinate you at gunpoint. But if micronations pop up all over the country and aliens walk around everywhere, then there's nothing the government can do. I'll come up with more ideas and repost when necessary. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God you come up with more ideas. Thank you.
Okay, if you declare yourself a non-human, then the protections afforded to humans don't apply to you anymore, so of course they can still force you to be vaccinated. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I have to say that.
I'm about to lose it! I share custody with this piece of shit dad, and he just now tells me that my son is now up to date on his vaccinations. I can't believe it! I'm losing my mind! My son is now sick all of a sudden. What can I do to detox him? I don't know what to do. He also has bad digestive issues, and I also have a 2-month unvaccinated baby girl.
Oh yeah, by the way, he's all caught up on his vaccinations since he didn't have any since he was 1.
You are aware that doing so without letting me know what you were doing is illegal? All of a sudden you are concerned with his medical health? The both of you are awful people. Karma has already bitten the both.
Love you, I assume, is how she would finish that sentence. Ooh, bitter.
Not yet. Yes, yet.
Video. Radio star. Share this video if you get it.
Video killed the radio.
Today is my 5th B-day. Denied school because I don't have 39 vaccinations.
I don't care what your position on vaccines are. Forcing a person to inject their body with anything is outright wrong. And any one of you who agrees with this, regardless of your views on vaccines, are f***ing idiots. It makes no difference what the science say or doesn't say. Forcing this on people is insanely wrong.
If vaccinated children are protected, what do they have to fear?
Oh, okay. We already talked about that. Good gosh. 72 vaccines sounds like a lot. In a few years it may be 172. Seems like a lot. Most of you have 100% trust in the government and pharmaceutical companies that make money on every shot. I think my dog is required to get too many shots too often. Sure you don't want to ask questions instead of just saying okay when a new vaccine is required? Is it really bad to ask these questions?
My son doesn't have all his vaccinations and he attends school. You can get a vaccination waiver from the health department.
Those are not meant for you, good gosh. Oh my gosh. If a child can't get vaccinated, that's what those waivers are for. It's for the children who can't get themselves protected by having vaccines. It's not for you and your terrible child who've decided not to get vaccines. You're a bad parent. You're going to get some kids killed. Occasionally you're going to find gold in this. I love it. Hey everyone, so you know organizations like UNICEF and whatnot that allow you to buy the kind of gifts where you donate mosquito nets or something in a person's name? Well, a lot of those organizations will let you donate vaccines, as it turns out. Like right now on UNICEF's site, providing 100 polio vaccines to kids in need is $19 US. And I'm not saying you should buy it and then send a card to an anti-vax relative saying you've provided life-saving vaccinations in their name, but that's exactly what I'm saying. I love it. King of Vaccines comes clean! The world's leading authority on vaccines details the use of aborted babies in vaccines while under oath. No, we talked about this. No. Many generations removed from the original skin cells that were used to culture the vaccines. Good gosh.
Lead, fluoride, antibiotics, vaccines, pesticides, GMO. Still think it's just genetics?
Yeah. Yeah, and your argument has not swayed me. I went and looked at how much a vaccine cost. I was curious. $136 is the approximate cost per vaccine. Price varies, but $136 is the approximate price. So at 2 months, 5 vaccines, 136 times 5 equals $680. If you have your child full vaccinated at kindergarten, your child receives 25 vaccinations. 136 times 25 equals $3,944. Say your doctor gives approximately 100 vaccines a day. 136 times 100 equals $13,600. That's not considering the bonus your doctor gets for having so many fully vaccinated patients. Pushing for profit and to keep people sick. They don't make money off of healthy people. Oh, man. You know what's great? In other countries where they provide healthcare to their citizens, they actually charge all people in taxes for their healthcare. And that way, even if someone gets incredibly sick, they just get their care provided to them. They don't get charged any extra money. There's no questioning doctors' education. There's no questioning their motives. Good Lord. No. You know what's a lot cheaper than not... You know what's going to save you a lot of money in the long run? If you're worried about the $13,000 you might spend on a child? Not having a child. That's a lot cheaper. Or not getting those vaccines and then your kid dies. My God, I do not want that to happen to you or to your child, but that's cheaper. That's the logic you're using. There's no alternative. Get your kid vaccinated. Hey, my Beardos and Weirdos. So that was another video of Vax Happened. That was fun. I think I'm going to do another one of these. I really like going through the Reddit pages and seeing what everyone's talking about and seeing the different posts that people make. This is just a heck of a lot of fun to go through, and really enjoying sharing this with you. If you are enjoying these videos too, feel free to comment below. Let me know what you want to see next. Since I like making these so much, I'm sure I'll make another one. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one.